Before we dive into the world of modifying context and setting booleans for SELinux on a RHEL system, we need to get some tools set up to make SELinux management easier. There are two packages that I recommend you install when it comes to working with and troubleshooting SELinux. The Policy Core Utils GUI tool is a collection of front-end tools that we can use to monitor alerts and errors and to help with the overall configuration of SELinux on a RHEL system. The name for the main application is System Config SELinux. The SE Troubleshoot package helps us to parse the SELinux audit files to resolve any issues that may arise with SELinux. Once we have the packages installed, we can access System Config SELinux by going to System, Administration, and SELinux Management. The application takes a few moments to load since it has to parse a good deal of system information. The main categories on the left that we are concerned with are status, boolean, and file labeling. The other categories are outside the scope of the RHCSA exam. With the status category, we can set our SELinux modes. With the system default enforcing mode, we can switch between the three different types of SELinux modes. Keep in mind that if you switch to disabled, that you will need to check the box to relabel the file system on the next reboot. However, avoid this when you are taking the exam. Your system needs to be in an enforcing mode by the time you complete the exam. We can also change our current enforcing mode by switching back and forth between enforcing and permissive. I want to switch gears for a moment and show you how this can be done from the command line. We can use the getEnforce command to see our current SELinux mode. If we want to temporarily switch to another mode of enforcement, we can use the setEnforce command. For instance, we can change from enforcing mode by using setEnforce permissive. However, we can also use a Boolean value to change our modes. Using a 0 is the same as saying permissive, and using a 1 is the same as saying enforcing. During system startup, the etc SELinux config file is checked to see what mode SELinux should be in. Here we can see the same information that is displayed in our System Config SELinux tool. We could also modify this file to change our modes, and they will be active the next time the system boots. Back in System Config SELinux, the next category is Boolean, which allows us to enable or disable some things that a process can do or access. We will go over this a bit further in a later video. Next, we have the file labeling category. This is where we can see the default file labeling security context for a file or a directory. We will discuss security context further in the next video. To find any man pages that have information relating to SELinux, run the following command. Here we can see the various man pages that are available to us that contain information about services and commands that we can use SELinux with.